Alright, what's up YouTube? It's One Way Up here, back with another car review. And here in front of me I have the 2020 Ford Escape. So here we go, the Ford Escape. It's a small SUV. It's been around for many years now. And for 2020, what you're looking at right here is the redesign that they did for it. So with the previous Ford Escape, you know, it's had the same design for a number of years now, and it was in need of a refresh. I know the Nissan Rogue also is in need of a refresh as well, and that is an SUV that this car competes with. This competes with the Nissan Rogue, Toyota RAV4, Kia Sportage, and other vehicles in the same segment, even the Jeep Compass. So here, looking at the Ford Escape, the color that we have here is rapid red, and this is the SEL trim. So with the SEL trim, you do get these 18-inch aluminum two-tone wheels, and as you look at the back, you get the SEL badge on the back. And of course, being a Ford, it is an EcoBoost, which is their famous turbocharged engines that they use to give you great fuel efficiency. But taking a step back, giving you guys a look at the redesign, it definitely looks a lot more sleeker. It's more curvier, less boxy like how it looked in the past. Always nice to have dual exhaust. You got Escape going across the back. The lights do look a lot better in my opinion. And the way the roof slopes, it does give the car a longer appearance as well. Moving over to the front, now this is the SEL trim. So starting off with the base Escape, you get the S model, then the SE. You also get a plug-in hybrid variants of the SE and SEL model, and then at the top of the line you have the titanium trim. So this is the SEL that you see. You do get LED headlights, which is always nice to have. They look a lot better than halogen lights. Upgraded grille. This grille looks a lot better. It looks more sporty, it looks more aggressive, and I'm glad that they improved it over the old grille that they had with the slits going across. Another thing that they did for 2020, they improved their key. Well, they didn't really improve it, but this is a different key. This is the same key that you would get in the Ford Explorer or the Expedition. So the old key was a little bit different. And of course, this being the SEL trim, keyless entry is always going to be a feature. So keep the key in your pocket. You can unlock the door just by touching this little sensor right here. And another great thing about Ford that I love, I hope other manufacturers do this, is that you have the option to lock and unlock your car without the key. So basically, you put in a factory code that the car comes with. You can even customize your own code and use this code to lock and unlock your doors without your key. So if you ever forget your key or you don't want to take your key with you, you're doing something, you could just lock your car, leave the key inside, and no one can get in. So opening up the Ford Escape, we do get a much different interior than they had before. Kind of a bad place to record because we're right by a Harley Davidson, but anyways, back to it. So we have a much better looking interior in my opinion. You get the rotary knob, which Fords have been using for a few years now. Stepping into the car, let's get this started. Get the Ford chime, logo pops up. One thing I noticed right away is that with their center dash, they did improve the infotainment screen just a little bit. It looks a little bit more modern. Now it has the same design as it had before, like how you cycle through your menus, your trip, and all that information. But the visuals look a lot more crisper, cleaner, looks more modern, and I'm glad that they did improve it. Now, as far as navigating it, it is a bit confusing because I'm trying to do it now, and it's a little bit confusing to navigate, but I'm sure if you have this car, you would get used to it pretty quickly. So let me pop the hood and we'll get a look to see what's powering this Ford Escape. So with this lever, you gotta pull it twice. Some manufacturers do that as like a fail-safe option. There you get the 2 beeps, which come with Ford vehicles when you leave the car with the key in your pocket. Oh wow, you don't even have to unhook anything, it just lifts up on its own. Alright, so we have a 1.5 liter EcoBoost 4-cylinder engine. Same engine found in the Ford Fusion. You get 181 horsepower. Now they do also offer a 2.5 liter EcoBoost engine in a Ford Escape Sport model, so you do get more horsepower with that. And there are also hybrid engines you can get as well. So overall, Ford, they are always bold with their EcoBoost statements. They put it on their vehicles. They're very proud of it. You do get good fuel economy and a class competitive power from these engines. Close that. Getting you guys to look at these lights. So another great thing I like that they improved with this vehicle is the seats. Seats that look better, they feel better, and I do like this little white stitching that they have going around the seat and headrest as well. These are also 10-way powered as well with lumbar support. Stepping back in the Ford, automatic windows, mirror controls, steering wheel. They also improved the steering wheel as well. It looks more modern than it did in the past. Another great thing that this car offers is adaptive cruise control. When you press this button, you see these 3 bars that pop up. There we go. You can control the distance as to how far you want the car in front of you to be when you're in cruise control, so you don't have to step on the brake. The car will automatically keep itself at a certain distance from the car in front of you, which is great. I've never used adaptive cruise control until a couple months ago, and I'm telling you, adaptive cruise control makes driving so much easier if you don't want to deal with putting in the work and all that stuff. And also lane change assist helps keep the car in your lane so that you don't veer off to the left or to the right. Lighting controls are right here. They also changed the way it looked. So before, it would just be a knob, and then you'll have your daytime running lights on or off, automatic headlights, things like that. But now they have the lights on the side, which is a little bit different. Trunk release right there. Windshield wiper controls. And for the back window. Now moving over to the center screen, another trend, well, I don't even know if it's a trend anymore, it pretty much is what it is that a lot of manufacturers, they are putting their center screens much higher so that you don't have to look down to make adjustments or look at what you're doing on the screen. So it is higher. Graphics, they look good. Another thing, it's not Ford Uconnect. Anyways, I forgot what it's called, but Ford's infotainment system that they use, looks good. It's easy to use. I do like that they have all your major menu settings down here so you can navigate to your navigation, your apps, things like that. And one thing that I also noticed is that there's no home button or settings or audio button like you would get in other cars. Everything is done through the screen, so it's just more technology focused. Over here, you have audio controls. Now it does look like it would have a CD player right here. Like this would be like the perfect spot to put a CD player, but they do not have it because most people don't use CDs anymore. But I do find it interesting that they didn't make it look like it works as CD controls, even though it doesn't. But you also have the option to shut off the screen, and it shows you your clock, which is cool. When you press it again, it turns the screen all the way off. So fence controls, climate controls down here. 12 volt power outlet. You only get one USB. I find that a little bit weird because I know in the Ford Fusion you get 2 USB ports, but you also have right here, what the hell is this button? Let's see what it does. Oh, this is like a motion gesture. I've never used this button before, but you have your parking brake, automatic start stop on and off, and these are your different drive modes. Yep. So you press it once, you have normal mode, press it again, eco, sport, a slippery mode, which is interesting, and a deep snow and sand. Alright, well, I guess they're trying to be more versatile like Jeeps are, but I wonder how it handles in those modes. And we have a USB port down here. Storage space, decent amount, not too big, not too small. Now, I do like that this is nice and soft. So, feels a lot better than the Toyota RAV4 and other cars. Definitely a nice place to put your arm and be comfortable on a trip. So, you get a silver going across the car. You know, it's, yeah, definitely an improvement. It looks better overall, everything designed better. Shades right there, and I do like that you get a full sunroof, so it goes all the way to the back, which is nice to have. Yeah, I mean, definitely a great car. Alright, so I'm gonna step out and into the back. Let's see how this back seat feels. So let me just set the seat to my driving position. I am glad that the car stops beeping, because some cars, they will just keep beeping forever, but I'm glad that it stopped just now. So let me just get out. Storage space. Oh, they gave you 2 cup holders here. That's nice to have. You get more space than other traditional cars, and an extra space right there to put something. Let me see. Take this key out. So I got 2 Ford keys in my pocket. Make sure I got the right one. Alright, there we go. So, opening up the back seat. You're not going to get much back here for a car in this price range. I mean, this Ford Escape starts at about $29,000. So, basically, you're going to get what you get for a sub $30,000 car. And you get vents, a USB outlet, and no 12 volt power outlet back here. Okay, and that's pretty much it. Nothing else really too fancy or anything. Just pull this middle armrest down, 2 cup holders, you know, standard. Pretty much it. Now let's see how it feels. So, oh my gosh, this is crazy. I have a lot more headroom than I thought I would. So I'm 6'3", and I'm sitting straight up here in the back, and I actually have, I don't know if you guys can see it from this angle, but about 1.5 inches, about 2 inches of headroom. So that's actually really good. Now, as far as leg space, it's actually, yeah, wow, it actually has a lot more leg space than I thought it would. So that's really good. You have anyone back here 6'4" and under, they should be completely fine. So you step out into the back. Okay. And you also do get that stitching in the backseat as well. Okay, so behind the wheel of the Ford Focus. Oh, okay. Okay, right off the bat, this car got some power. This EcoBoost, I didn't really get too much turbo lag just now. Almost ran over that dog in that couple, but I mean, I do like a soft steering feel for an SUV. That's one thing I like about this Ford Escape. It doesn't feel hard to steer the vehicle, and you know, I feel like that's how it should be. You shouldn't really be working to steer this car. So steering feels very good. I do like how soft it feels to grip the steering wheel. I absolutely hate when manufacturers use harder materials on the steering wheel, because some people like myself have skinnier fingers and we generally prefer things on the softer side. Chairs feel great. So the seat feels a lot more comfortable than it did before in the previous generation that they had for this car. It feels a lot better to be behind the wheel on a journey, going over bumps on the road. The seat just feels softer all around. Even the armrest right here on the door, it feels a lot better to rest my hand. And yeah, I'm really liking the way this car feels to drive. This is my first time driving it, and right off the bat, it feels a lot better than it did before with their older model. Oh, almost got into a collision with this Audi A6. Anyways, yeah, so right off the bat, this power that the car offers, it does feel like it has a lot more power than it did before. So yeah, wow, I'm actually very impressed with the way this car feels. This might be my new favorite SUV in the crossover segment. Actually very nice. Let's make this U-turn. Let me punch it again. Alright, so I actually had some turbo lag that time. It depends on what gear you're in. So, but yeah, I mean, it's not gonna be terribly slow, you know, but yeah, definitely am impressed with this car. I like these push to open caps, so you don't have to look for a lever or deal with that. Sometimes I end up leaving a car and I forget to open the lever, so I like when they have the push to open cap on the outside. So here we have your backup camera right there. Now I do know that this car also offers the option for you to get the hands-free mode to open the trunk by just waving your foot under the rear bumper, but this one doesn't have it. But it better be automatic, because you are paying for their higher level trim, and you do get that, which is nice. And with the key, let's see if we can close this with the key. Yep, you can use the key to open and close it, and there's also a button to automatically close it. So yeah, here we go. That's really... So to conclude my review / walkthrough on the Ford Escape SEL, you know, it's a solid SUV all around in my opinion. I like it. I feel like it's comfortable inside, drives pretty well, you get good gas mileage, and overall the appearance of the car both inside and outside has definitely improved. So Ford, they are making a stance in the SUV segment, and of course they will, because they have decided to kill off their sedans. The only car that they're going to keep is the Mustang. So we'll see how this goes and what other manufacturers have to bring to this segment. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.